Hello, gamers. Welcome back to Goku
And dog
Play a Game
called CBT.
with Yuuka Kagami.
Okay.
I think that's how you say your
Yes. Okay. Can we stop with the fucking pauses every half breath?
name. No.
No. Okay. What are these preferences?
Anyway, it's a game about. Okay, look at the preferences.
Oh, it's
Window, full
options.
screen.
This is options.
Yes.
Preferences.
I'm just gonna put this at like half just in case. Voice volume.
We have voice.
I don't know.
Is there an actual voice?
I don't hear a voice.
All right.
Do I have the sound turned off?
All right. We're gonna do this like we did before at one point, where we're gonna alternate between each sentence.
Okay. All right.
You walk along.
You walk
No, me first.
You're starting?
Me.
Okay, fine. Fine, you start!
You walk along your way to the forest in search for the field of sunflowers.
After some time, you come across the sunflower garden.
You meet the person you are looking for.
Hey! That's as far as you go. I don't really want you stepping on these sunflowers.
You'll hurt the poor, tortured souls that live inside them.
Ha! Just kidding.
The fuck is with those, fucking...
What? Look at her smug little face.
What was up with those, the weird... we had the fucking sweat drop that did not look like a sweat drop. Before. One more.
What, this?
Oh, no. Right before. Yeah,
This.
that. We had the sweat drop that didn't look like a sweat drop.
No. Looks like a hair tie.
It's like a hair tie. And then we have fucking, something white coming out of her that I will not...
Yeah, it's like the breath. She's like, aha!
I know, but it's so thin and long, and it's, getting spit out.
Maybe she's just spitting on you.
Maybe she's spitting on you, Goku.
Okay.
Mostly.
I'm Yuuka Kazami. You must be here for the CBT sessions.
Oh boy, you know I am.
Oh boy, here we go!
I mostly just keep to myself and enjoy the company of flowers all year around. Yep.
But I figured it can't hurt to learn more about humans and how their minds work.
So I picked up a psychology book that the half yokai shop owner had lying around in his store.
Okay, one second. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit more.
It is pretty loud. It's a good thing that you, I could actually hear it for once.
There we go.
Which means it's probably too loud.
It was there that I learned about cognitive behavioral therapy. It seems pretty useful, and I couldn't help it but want to share it with a few humans.
But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about Cockaball. I mean, here we are.
Oh,
So glad you could make it.
Really glad you could make it.
Real glad. She's very lonely.
Ellipsy. How glad are you?
Anyways, it's so nice of you to join me.
The human mind. It's deep and complex. It's amazing.
But at the same time, it's quite irrational. Downright absurd at some points. I mean, they made this game called Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme. What's up with that?
Yeah, whoever did that shouldn't have been allowed to.
The good
Have
thing it's
free
legally
access.
distinct from Max's Big Bust. Captain Necro.
That's true.
Legally.
It's a completely different thing.
Don't understand why. Little sad.
Our brain is ultimately trying to protect itself, but sometimes it overreacts to things that aren't really viable threats to our safety and well-being.
These irrational thoughts can cause a slew of problems to our mental health.
That's where CBT comes in. Cognitive behavioral therapy. Not cock and ball torture. That's
In
legal.
extreme cases, it does come in, though.
Yes.
Essentially, cognitive behavioral therapy is using logic-based strategies to help alleviate symptoms of poor mental health.
Our problems come from irrationality, So it's only natural that grounding ourselves in logic and reason can help us live better.
We can't change how we feel, but we can certainly change how we react.
And by changing how we react, we can eventually change how we feel.
I used to react at Futa with bewilderment, like, what the fuck is this? But then I chose to react by calming buckets, and now
And there you have it. That's the story.
that's just was it my turn to read? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your
It
turn.
comes a full circle, just like nature itself.
Kind of beautiful when you think about it that way.
With cognitive behavioral therapy, you can take some steps to finally reclaim your true self. Or, I guess in this case, you're forcing yourself to react to change yourself to feel something different, right? So, is it your true self, or is it your idealized self that you're trying to?
It's the manufactured self, forced upon you by yourself.
It's the manufactured god default state. You're getting back to it.
With that said, this is different from simply giving you advice. Or dabbing. These are actual activities that you have to try multiple times to see results.
But you wouldn't have come all this way to not put at least some effort in, right? I don't know, it's just $1. I'm okay with wasting $1.
It wouldn't be very nice to waste your time here.
Or my time.
Wouldn't be nice.
That's fine. You're an immortal video game character. You don't have time. At all.
She has all the time. She has all of it, and I want it. I have no time. She's got all of it. What am I going to do?
Gimme.
With that said, let's begin the first lesson.
This one is about negative or inaccurate thinking.
In life, sometimes things do not go our way.
Naturally, this is perfectly normal and bound to happen eventually.
However, sometimes we think of the worst possible things as a result of when the unexpected occurs.
As a result, we may develop certain lines of thinking that are not in line with reality.
To combat this, we simply just need to challenge these overblown thoughts with reality.
For example, let's say you said hi to a friend you saw across the hall or a street.
But oh no, they seemingly completely ignored you.
Now tell me, what is the reason for this?
Because they hate me and don't want to see me or talk to me ever again.
It's because they're Goku and they're at work.
Yeah. What usually comes to your mind when you see when something like this happens? I told you.
Okay, what
I must be dumb,
what
stupid.
usually comes to the mind out of these options? I said hi to him at like across the hall or across the street, right? Is what it said?
Yeah. And they don't answer.
And they don't answer. Out of these options, number 3, because, you know, it's like I didn't fucking say it loud enough. They didn't hear. I must be dumb. But
Yeah.
dumb or stupid.
And ugly.
And ugly. Now, that's not an uncommon thought.
Well, as you've just demonstrated, it's easy to jump to a conclusion and think it must be our fault when something like this happens.
Sorry, taking a swig.
I can't believe you would do this.
I told you that I didn't want to do these unless I was drinking, and I have a drink.
Okay. You're drinking. We're doing this.
Doing
He's
it live.
drinking. It all comes together.
However, this is mostly an emotional side talking to us this way. We have not yet challenged it with logic. I already thought about the logic because I literally explained the reasoning of my choice.
Now, I will demonstrate some more logical grounds as to why your friend might have ignored you.
They could have been busy with something that took up all of their attention.
They thought it was a stranger calling someone else.
They could have been dealing with something serious and your voice was drowned out.
They simply didn't hear
Hey,
you.
it's exactly what I said. Wait a minute, go back to that. Okay, Okay, that's just a smudge on my fucking screen. I was like, did they put a fucking exclamation mark for the L?
Uh-huh.
Spell check. Is it my turn or your turn? I'm sorry.
It's your
See?
turn.
Isn't that better?
Don't you find it's much more likely that they just didn't hear you than them hating you over something you're not even sure would have made them upset?
Next time you think of such negative thoughts, try to counter it with logic.
Instead of thinking, they walked past me because they hate me, try something much more logical, such as, they were probably busy with something and simply didn't hear me.
Of course, it doesn't apply to just friends. It can apply to anything.
For instance, I myself don't particularly have any close friends, but I still worry about some things.
Wait, what do you mean you don't have any close friends? What about that girl on the beach that gave us advice and dabbed?
Sakia?
Yeah, I don't know Toho. Do you know Ho Toho?
A little bit. I mean, Sakia works in the, with the Crimson Demons, what is her name? Remelia and Flander? She's like
Ned
their
Flanders.
Main... Yes. Yes, Ned Flanders Scarlet. I don't know who Yuuka is, but she appears to be some variety of forest spirit.
Man, what the fuck is it? All I really know is there's this ice lady, and 4chan did a lot of memes with her. They did a lot of memes with Toho in general, but I saw I liked more of the ones with the ice one.
Yeah. Yeah, Suno's cute. That's the
perfect math class. Limp Bizkit's perfect math class. That one's hilarious. Alright, was it my turn or your turn?
It's your turn.
When I go flower gazing, a thought will pop in my head. I'll think, oh no, what if someone interrupts my gazing and ruins the flowers I enjoy watching so much? And then, they ask me for advice and to dab on them, and I'm like, ah ha ha ha, no, CBT.
But then I go, don't worry. The moment he so much as creases these flowers, I'll slowly turn him inside out with my pinky finger and make his family watch.
Yo, I want to get off this phone's wild ride. Is there an exit button?
I want to get off Yuuka's wild ride.
Imagine if you weren't able to access the menu at this point, right here.
That'd be hilarious. It just locks you in.
That'd be good coding.
Yeah.
And I just feel so much better afterwards.
Ha 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 ha. Please don't hurt me.
Oh, but such a thing doesn't really relate to you.
Here's one. Let's say you want to go to the doctor, but you're scared of needles and don't want to get seriously injured.
Once again, just challenge it with logic. Counter it with something like, she's a trained professional who has done this countless times. The chances of anything going seriously wrong are extremely low.
Now, I hope you get the general idea.
Overall, if you get any negative thoughts that are causing you unease, be sure to try and challenge them with logic-based thoughts. And not murder-based thoughts, because those aren't logical. Those are emotional.
Oh, I wouldn't try to have grand arguments with yourself in your head. Just simply address the thoughts.
And remember, you don't have to entirely believe what you counter it with. The important thing is just to respond in an appropriate manner.
Well, that concludes our first lesson.
Okay, I guess that's where the episode stops, and we save right
that's
here.
it. That's the end of the episode.
It's the end of the episode. We're doing these in short batches.
CBT. That was part 1, CBT. Part 2, also CBT, but the different kind.
But the different kind this time.
Yes.
All right, that's
Alright.
been Goku and Dog.
Thanks for dogging, and we'll be coming in with more CBT on your noggin.
I'm coming on. Bye bye.
Bye!